Um, here we go. Yes, so 2020, basically, really crazy note, you have to have the codes, you have to have the details, and in order to create that, each position in clinic must have 7 full-time employees, so administrators, in their clinics, hospitals, to be able to accomplish all these tasks. And that's where we really see the need of scribes and even more so remote scribes. So how does Robin work? Robin works where the provider, they're in a clinic, they're seeing their patients, going through the basic procedure. And so from that, the Robin device is capturing that audio and video recording. So they're able to capture things like specific phrases we ask our physicians to say, to get direct dictations, and then just overall being able to capture the intake form virtually, and any other notes that the physician has done previously, the Robin is able to notice that and bring that attention to the scribe. Data aggregation, and then it goes to remote medical scribe. So that's where our folks are able to see that virtual intake form, the previous notes collected in the EMR, and any other forms they might need. So radiology reports, immunizations, injections. And then from that, the scribe is able to document. So they're able to create a concise note along with those notes, the codes that are uploaded to the EMR, and then finally left for the physician in there to review and sign. Those notes are then used for them to submit for authorizations and then compensation finally. So we might be wondering, we are an AI-powered technology, so what does that AI come into effect? So our Robin devices in our Scribe app has been uploaded with 1,000 plus payer rules, so that includes all the codes, ICD-10s, EMs, CPTs, HCPCSs, so all those are needed to be included in the note. To give you some insight into that, so say you have a patient you're watching, they're established, they came in for a left second metacarpal bone fracture. By typing that into the Scribe app, the Scribe app is able to give you what the code would accompany that, all out of your, all something that you don't have to think of. You don't have to memorize a bunch of codes. That's where our AI technology comes into effect. Our Scribes really love it. Just takes a little bit of human, just double checking, making sure our codes are appropriate, and then moving along from there. So where we're going. To give you insight into where the company is currently going, we have a lot of steps covered. So all the way from eligibility to billing, many of these steps are covered by Robin. Where you see highlighted or circled in red is what our scribes do. So that codes and note, very important in telehealth, or to complete telehealth, and then beyond in the line of then to come compensation and billing. And then lastly, our partner programs. Currently, we're partnered with several, and we see that last one currently in the pipeline, creating some deals, having them on our team here pretty soon. So everyone wins. Doctors do more what they love, patients get focused attention, and lastly, you gain healthcare experience as a scribe. Not only healthcare experience, but many other opportunities we have. Part of the Robin team, we have a supportive culture, advancement opportunities, healthcare coverage, monthly seminars, letters of recommendation, and an annual retention bonus of $300. Just touching on these points a little bit more, advancement opportunities. I believe it's 70 to 80% of our senior management have been scribes with Robin before. So if you're looking to grow your career just a tad before entering med school, PA school, graduate program, that's definitely somewhere where you can build those leadership qualities before heading on to other career or other graduate programs. Monthly seminars. So our physicians we're very fortunate to have folks who want to contribute back to the future of healthcare. And so they meet with us on a monthly basis to give us insight to why they chose their specialty, what was the training involved with that specialty, what is their current workflow like, both personally and in the clinic. That's something you might want to be interested in, if you were going to do ENT versus emergency medicine. Definitely stark differences in that personal life where you're able to do letters of recommendation. Those are written by our chief medical officer. She has a one-on-one with you. She gets to learn a little bit more about you, see what your goals are at, give you even some recommendations or suggestions in furthering your career, your chances in getting to med school, PA school. She's been on several admission boards, and so her insight is invaluable or very valuable if you're wanting to go on that path. And then lastly, annual retention bonus. We love our scribes, so we just give them a little thank you when they stay with us a little bit longer. So lastly, I want to touch on how can you join the team. So the hiring process consists of 4 stages before hire. Consists of 3 screening stages. So we have the primary application, our secondary application, the video interview. Our primary application can be found very easily at Robin Careers, and then you go to medical scribe, and then there's a little bubble where you say apply for this job. There's also the requirements, again, the career advancement opportunities, all outlined in that job description. General information is needed in your resume. Should take only about 5 minutes submitting the application. Immediately after, you will be sent a secondary application, and you will have to be through that secondary application. We'll ask things such as your education level, assessment questions, typing speed, writing samples. Takes a little bit longer, 15-20 minutes to complete, but still very straight to the point. Nothing's really tricky questions. If you have any questions through these 2 stages, you're definitely welcome to message me for further clarification. And then lastly, that video interview. So that's something that I do with all our scribes or candidates looking to become medical scribes. Very simple interview, very late, casual. I just answer questions to get to know you a little bit more. Would you be a great fit for this position? And then your general interest. We want scribes who are looking to further better healthcare. And so we're looking for folks with that mission to focus on patient-centered care, help us improve, give us innovative ideas, and then help you with your career. And then to outline what training consists of, it's that last step before a hire phase. It's a Monday through Friday course, but Saturdays and Sundays would be used for more of the HR onboarding tasks. Mondays starts off with a kickoff meeting at 9:30. Then you're assigned some lectures, quizzes, and then a midterm, all to be completed by 12 o'clock on Wednesday, 12 noon. And then after that point, you'll be part of simulation. So simulation consists of 20 soap notes to complete. So similar notes you'll be completing as a Robin scribe. The first 17 are for practice. Once you complete them, you'll get automated feedback from our training team. And then once our training team has a chance to grade them by hand, you get specifically tailored feedback. So we're very much centered on individuality. What are your things that you need to improve so we can make you a scribe or make you a trainee ready to scribe with Robin. Lastly, our training class does, or our training week does end on Fridays. There's many resources available during this week. We have manuals, so guides to help you learn what are common diagnoses, what are plan items you would often see, and then the training team themselves is a great resource. You can ask questions of them. They have an office hour, as you can see, on Thursday, where you can log on, ask your questions, or you can set up a one-on-one with them throughout the week. They're very much dedicated to your learning experience and want to make this a great experience for you as well. And then lastly, they're able to hop on a video call with you, a call itself, email, chats, whatever it may be, whatever your method of communication. We've done it before, and we'd be able to adhere to that. Lastly, Saturdays and Sundays are used to activate your Gmail account, complete a training survey, hire packet. We send out your workstation. So workstation is something that we send out all our scribes. Allows you to be HIPAA compliant and work remotely. So once you sign that official employment offer, we send out that workstation. And then so Sundays you can use it to set that up. And then the next following week, you should be working with Robin and assigned your specific provider to work with. But yeah, that's all I have, a quick run through of what we do and everything about Robin. I'm not quite sure if we have time for questions or if there's something you point out.
Yes, we definitely have time for questions. So if you have a question, feel free to unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
I have a question real quick. Are there any designated cycles for applying, or can you apply whenever you want?
Yeah, excellent question. So we are running applications and interviews throughout the year. So we tend to get more applications at the very end of the fall and spring semester because that's when most folks are like, "Hey, I'm about to graduate. What can I do during my gap year?" So I suggest you apply like a month before you graduate. You get a good interview time in, be all settled, and then start training soon after that. But yeah, you're welcome to send in an application as soon as you're ready.
So how long would the job be ideally? Would it be like during the would we choose, or would it be up to Robin to like give us like the length of like how long we would be working if we got the job?
Yeah, there's no maximum length of employment. We don't have like contracts or anything of that sort. Um, at minimum, we do ask our employees work for 8 months. So this is more of like a gap year experience or a summer and then a fall. And then if you see yourself going into a graduate program in the spring, just because there takes a lot of effort, as you can see, to get or to have scribes or candidates sourced and then trained. And then we have on-site training. So once you're paired with a position, you'll be working within a clinic. And so you'll be working with a chief scribe and all the fellow scribes, get the hang of writing notes, posting into the EMR, things of that sort. It takes quite a while to get on that end of the training to get really accustomed to working as a Robin scribe. So in order to really offset that training side, 8 months is really the minimum of employment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
How flexible are the hours like if you decide to do something like this during the school year?
Absolutely. So our hours of operation are from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have You can have 4 hour minimum shifts, 10-hour maximum shifts. You can have multiple shifts within a day. So say you need to be free from 12 to 2, you can work from 4 to 8 or 4 to 12, or sorry, 8 to 12 or 2 to 6, something like that. But as long as you're available at least 35 hours within the work week, we can definitely work with you. Usually you wouldn't work Saturdays and Sundays since physicians really don't have clinics Saturdays and Sundays, unless of course you weren't available at least 35 hours. Then we can use a Saturday and Sunday to supplement that. That is something I wanted to include. So we're currently only hiring full-time scribes, and I know that's something that could be kind of difficult to do during the school year. So we're definitely welcoming if you wanted to apply now while you're an undergrad, and then postpone your training and hire time till after graduation. We can definitely do that. So I know we're currently in October. December is the next graduation. So if you're hoping to graduate in December, you can definitely put in your application now, and we can postpone that.
It's a good like option. It's like a oh, sorry. But it's like really cool, and I'm really like glad that you shared that with us. Seriously.
Yeah, no problem.
Are there any other questions for Ms. Lopez? All right, well, thank you so much, Ms. Lopez, for sharing that with our members. Really appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, no problem. And if y'all have any other questions or have friends who might be wondering about Robin Healthcare, you can definitely send an email to hiring@robinhealthcare.com. I answer all those emails, even though it's just hiring. And so I'll be happy to set up either one-on-ones with you if you wanted to have a discussion about it, or just send me a bunch of questions and I'll be able to answer them. But yes, thank you for having me on board. I love Baylor. I graduated from Baylor not too long ago, so very happy to talk to my old folks here. But yeah, it was nice talking to you all.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, guys, that wraps up breakout session number 1. We're gonna put the sign out form in the chat. And then if you want to turn on your camera real quick, we'll take a picture. Do you want to do a Sikkim or something else? Yeah, Sikkim. I already saw one person put it up. All right, you guys throw up a Sikkim. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. All right, thank y'all for being here. Go ahead and fill out that sign out form I put in the chat, and then feel free to take a break until the next breakout session that starts at 3:30. Or you can go ahead and hop into another breakout session during the first breakout session.
What was the name of the presenter? Should I just put Miss Lopez in
Yeah,
the
Miss
link?
Lopez works.
All right. Okay, thank you.